Welcome, I am Paradoxus, and we are playing Crusader Kings 3. This is going to be the first series on this channel for the new CK3, and we are going to be doing an achievement already. I'm going to get into these right away, because last time with CK2, I played a good almost 2,000 hours of just Game of Thrones mod before I really got into vanilla, and I started becoming a achievement whore. So we're going to start it off right away this time. We did a couple little bullshit ones like CK2 had where you just marry somebody, and, you know, that kind of stuff, and you get an achievement for it. But we're going to be starting off very hard. Well, to them it's very hard. I don't really see it being that hard, but from the little messing around I did with the Byzantines last night, we're going to be doing Rise from the Ashes, and Restore the Roman Empire, which anyone that plays Paradox games knows there is a decision or an achievement to restore the Roman Empire in every Paradox game, or at least the history-driven games. So, other than this, we're also going to be doing, I don't know which one's going to happen first, but we're going to do all three of these. We're going to do Wiley as the Fox, which is starting as Robert the Fox in 1066 and ruling the Kingdom of Sicily, hold either the kingdom of Epirus, Hellas, and Thessalonica, I guess that's how you say it, and have converted all original counties to Catholicism. And also there is the land of the Rus, where starting as Rorik the Troublemaker in 867, lead your dynasty to rule the Empire of Russia. So let's get right into this. We have Iron Man on. Let me make sure the music is on, because I had turned it down yesterday because it was so loud. I started streaming yesterday, and our power went out due to a thunderstorm, and I was very surprised. I went to play on my laptop, and it's not like a gaming laptop. It's nothing special. It's used for work, and I was very surprised at how the game ran. I had no problems, where I've had problems with trying to run CK2. Now I want to check. We're going to be playing as the Byzantines. I have one mod enabled where it's called City Wonders 2. I'll link it in the description. It has to where great cities are shown as great cities and not just little baronies. So let me make sure we have achievements. See, this is another thing you have to do every time. No matter what, there's no thing to save your game rules, which I hope they put that in and not have to wait till like a DLC or some kind of expansion to have. I like that you can play forever if you want, but we're playing with Iron Man enabled. You have to make sure you do this every single time, because you might think you have it enabled and you don't. Creator nudity, I don't really care about. Alright, so we're going to be doing Rise from the Ashes. We're going to restore the Roman Empire. As you can see, we're already at war at the beginning of the game. I did play around with Halfdan White Shirt up here in Jorvik, and I liked the mechanics of the Vikings when it came to doing war, but they had the worst courtiers to choose from. I mean, they were so shitty, like they were bad. The thing with the Byzantines is that you have a pretty decent pool of courtiers to choose from. We'll just put Rome. Whoops. I did it again. We'll just put Rome. Save. Now, in the beginning, there are some vassals or some independent rulers over here that are Greek and Orthodox that will right away become vassals of yours. Now, the UI is a lot different now. If you see how it has this little thing off here to the side, if you don't do anything, say you hold something, you can see it filling up with darker color. After, it's like a 5 sec, I don't even think it's 5 seconds, but it's something little. And after it fills up, you can go over here and it won't leave. So then you can toggle on something else. It'll fill up so that thing doesn't leave until you go away from everything. Now you can press the middle button on stuff and it'll make it do it too. So it's pretty cool. Everything that's highlighted or underlined will have a way to toggle it, and you can just keep going and going. It just keeps going. It's pretty cool. But yeah, so our ruler is Basileus Makedon. We are, a pretty well-rounded character. We're strongest in intrigue, but we have a martial focus. So when it comes to our lifestyle, we will get a 20% more experience just because this is our focus. Now, if you look, we already have 5 things started here. So we're pretty close to getting to Gallant. I'm pretty much just going to fill these out. You can choose to go different routes. I thought he had something else, but I guess I'm mistaken. Maybe it was a 1066 when I was looking at, just because they have this as their focus. See here, you get martial experience 30 a month, where if you did diplomacy, you get 25. All the other ones 25. Now you can choose to do any of the other ones you want. It just makes it more beneficial to make the character go with their focus because of the extra. It doesn't seem like much, but it's extra 5 a month. Over here you have your focus, and then you get your experience, which you can add to these perks over here. So we're probably, and Dread is a new mechanic with the game. It shows, it's pretty much, if you've seen like on Game of Thrones mod, they have the how much you're feared, and there was 3 stages of it. And the more feared you were, the less vassals would join a faction against you and decide to, raise up against you and all that. So it's kind of the same. I think it works a little bit different. If you look, it says a dreadful ruler reaps the following benefits. Vassals are discouraged from joining factions. Vassals are discouraged from scheming. Increases vassal acceptance. Increases offer vacillation acceptance. Makes electors more likely to vote as you do. And makes vassals unlikely to oppose law changes. Now, the benefit we're going to be having as the Byzantines is that they're well ahead of most of the world when it comes to technology and all that. Prowess helps you in battles when you're commanding. And I think what we're going to go with is the authority one, just for the dread. And the control helps a lot, because when you start taking over counties that don't have your culture and religion, it's a little harder to control those areas. So we're going to go ahead and go with this. It tells us what we get extra on top, because we have martial experience. We get the extra experience. And because it's base and tough soldier gives us 20%. I think if we were better than tough soldier, we would actually get more. So we're going to head with the authority. We can't do nothing with this until we get more experience. Now, if you go up here in the issues tab, which I think is one of the best additions I've seen of this, it goes down a thing of your current situations. It also gives you suggestions on what you should do. Now, there's what they pretty much call Duke in Greek, has a very low opinion of us, and he's a powerful vassal. Part of this is going to be because he's not on the council. We can scheme with a 93% chance of success to make our opinion go up by 25, and it'll keep doing it as long as you keep it active. So we're gonna start scheming on him, just so we don't have to waste the money. And you can right click any of these things that like come up in your face you don't want to deal with. We actually, now this is another big thing with CK2. You could own all the domain you wanted, even if you're gonna get what was it, like a minus 80 negative to your money and taxes. That you can always deal with if you're big enough, and it not be a big deal. You do get minus 10 per thing you went over, but in this, the negatives are insane for going over your domain. It doesn't look that bad right now, but effective being 2 holdings above limit is, of course, the vassal opinion. We're 2 over, so it's gonna be minus 20. The levies, you barely get levies as it is, so they get minus 40 and tax money. Like, we make a shitload of money right now just because we're Byzantines. I played as Halfdan, and money was such an issue. The good thing is you could raid. Now, we'll get into the boat situation in a minute. It's the part I don't like the most. So, yeah, we have... Let's go back to the decisions again. We have... Where are they at? There's people that are willing to come under us. I'm trying to see where he was. We can create a bunch of kingdoms. We don't have the money right now. You're in line to inherit all these titles. It tells everything you can get. It's just pretty nice. Family members can get married, so we'll take care of them. Now, there are some people over here, as long as they do it like they did when I played last time. This guy's Orthodox. He's on his own, but we can offer vassalage, and he will accept it. So I really advise you going and doing this right away. This guy's not going to do it. He's Slovakian. There's another guy. Dalmatia, yeah. So he will actually vassalize right away. So we'll do that. We got a good amount of this coastline out the way. Now, we have Bulgaria here. But if you look, these are the Arpods from CK2, the Magyars. Apparently, there's something in their events written in their code where they come and they literally just blow Bulgaria out the water. You look at Bulgaria and you're thinking, no way, they're going to beat them. But, like, the size they are, they really don't have that many men. Like, even for our size, you would think we have a lot more than that. We are at war right now, so we're going to have to raise the army soon. But we're going to have to deal with this domain level. Now, there's some shit we have up here. I think we have that. Barrow. All the ones you see here with the names on them are the ones that we have, which is pretty cool. So it, like, puts it out there so you know. We have, like I said before, so much when it comes to courtiers. It's great being the Byzantines. Now, we have brothers and family members, but I want to look at the people that, you know, have good traits. Now, if we look at our council, I try to look for some people that are older. We can't assign the patriarch because it's through the church. This guy's 70, and actually he should be the priest because he's 21 learning, but we can't change it. So he's 70. So I'm gonna look for a person to hold this land that has decent stewardship because he can be a replacement for him. Because the powerful vassals do want the council positions. So this guy, make sure, it's kind of hard too to see in the UI if they inherit land or anything. You don't want the vassals to get too powerful because it really can go against you. This guy, I think, is married to a countess. Oh, he actually is a count. So yeah, he holds land already. So we're not going to give him that. Let's try to find a better stewardship person. We can go with this dude. He's a Midas touched. Shy, compassionate, wrathful. So yeah, we'll go with him. Yeah, he's good. We'll go with him. He will get this title, and we'll give him this. So we can just do it all in one shot. I like because it lists everything that you can give them. You can't give anybody your capital. So he's going to get 80 plus opinion for 50 years just for that. He's going to become our vassal. Penalty for being over domain limit is gone because the two of them are gone. So let's go ahead and grant those titles. Now we have a good loyal vassal. We will give him land in a little bit. Now we can usurp a title here soon. I don't think we can do it right away. Let's look. This whoever has this duchy, if you go under the counties, kind of like CK2, but it'll show you what de jure part it is. Now we have that whole duchy, so we should be able to usurp it, but we need 250 gold, and we'll get that eventually. Now let's make sure our council is doing everything they're supposed to. Now, but your wife, they give you more of a benefit than in CK2. You can have them assist the ruler where it gives you like an average of, I guess it averages them out or whatever. And then you can go, if you wanted to do just diplomacy, she gets a lot for intrigue. So I'm thinking maybe we just have her assist so we get a little bit of everything. With our patriarch, he's 14, not that bad. We don't have anything that could be converted as of now, but we can fabricate a claim on a county. I'm going to have him fabricate on, now, if you look, it'll show what we have in green. This is actually our land held by us. Anything that's in yellow, they can fabricate on. So we're going to have him fabricate on Venice because we need Venice. If we look in our decisions, we have the Restore Roman Empire right here, and it shows you everything you have. Like, we have complete control of Athens and Thessaly, Lanica, whatever the hell it's called. We're gonna need Venice, of course. A lot of the southern Italian part. We need Latium, which is where Rome's at. So we will have to go after the Pope here. I'm hoping that we can get some more Greek people to come around that we can end up vassalizing. So we're at war right now with the Aghlabids. They have Tunis here. We're going to completely wipe them out. So we'll go ahead and raise all our armies. If you look up in military, it'll show all the military stuff you need. We're not able to raid. So if we were able to raid like Vikings, we would have a button up here that says raise as raiders. You can buy mercenaries, which there's shitloads of, and it tells you what they are. And now the troops play a way bigger part than CK2. It's kind of based off of Imperator a little bit, because it'll tell you, like, heavy infantry are good. They counter spearmen, as it says there. You have palace guards. You have your spearmen. You have light cab, heavy cab. Now, with our armies, we can... It's pretty much retinues when you create a men-at-arms regiment. And we have these onagers, which are like siege weapons. You have armored footmen, pikemen, light horsemen, bowmen, and light footmen. I was hoping that we'd have like cataphracts, like the Greeks do in the other game. And you also have these ɪmˈpɛri. I don't know how you say it. I'm not going to try. They're like knights, Greek knights. You can have up to 10. So these knights will be your commanders a lot of times. And if you look here, their prowess. Prowess is a secondary skill that reflects a character's aptitude in personal combat. A high prowess skill means that they are more likely to survive and perform well both as knights in battles and in duels. Each point of prowess gives a knight 100 damage and 10 toughness. So they're like Total War when you'd have the commanders, like some of the ones like Three Kingdoms, that your commander literally has like more power, so much power more than a man does. So they're very, very beneficial to have good ones here, and you pretty much go off their prowess. If you look at this guy's stats, he doesn't have the greatest martial, but he has good prowess. So we can look down here. There's some people you can recruit to court and use later. This is what we have right now. It goes all the way down to whatever is the lowest. So we have, alright guys, I'd like to have some. They're actually better than this. And if you look, their effectiveness, 195%. So that's pretty good. Like I said, but you can do holy orders later on if you have the right criteria for it. It shows you what their maintenance is when they're raised and not raised. You can make rally points for these men anywhere you want. So like in CK2, you used to raise up every single person and you could put rally points, but they still had a raise in that area. With this, they start out here. So if you look here, it looks like we only have 10. I'm going to pause and you'll see this number go up. And I think it actually tells you the days of how long it's going to take. We're well supplied. And that's another thing. Supply is a big thing here. So if you're going really far away to war with someone, you will have supply issues. It tells us who our commander is. He's right there. He has a martial skill of 18. We are well supplied. We get plus 20 a month. So we're gathering, which is going to take 20 days. Hold on. My son and heir Constantinos is unusually calm child. When the others play their wild games, Constantinos often withdraws to some silent corner. He does not speak a lot, but I can tell he always thinking about something. So he has got the trait pensive, which I'll show you here. We get +1 stewardship, +1 learning. I think he's only like 3 years old. All right. Now, before we wait, if you look here, it says they're gathering. So the days go by, 17, 16. Accept your grace's offer to Basileus. This is, where the hell does this do? If you double click on him, it'll show you where he's at. And it shows with a line. If you ever played Imperator, it shows like the trade lines. It has a line that goes to his direct vassal. So we are his direct liege, which is pretty cool. He accepts. The other guy's going to accept too. I want to make sure we get some allies real quick with our kids. So I have a older daughter here. We are going to find a spouse for her. We have the Kingdom of West Francia here. If you look, we have Prince Carloman of, I think he's like a leper or something. Or something wrong with him. He's got some crazy friggin' thing on. I don't know if this is just for war. There it is, disfigured. So it looks like the old mask they used to wear for syphilis back in like the Renaissance. Bulgaria, I do not want to have a non-aggression with because we are going to attack them. So I think she's only 5 years old. He's 18. But you know what? If they want to give us an alliance, it's good. And you don't have to ask them for alliances like you used to. A lot of times they just pop. You can ask them to ally, but a lot of times they just pop up. Now we have Great Moravia. He's 52. I'm not doing that. We'll just go with him. He's way older, but they will accept. And there's these things called hooks, where if you have it's a general term for a relationship between characters where one can get the other to do their will. Now, if you can go around and have one of your courtiers find secrets about people. And if you find certain secrets that they don't really want to get out, the better the hook is, and you can make them do what you want. It's kind of like having a favor. Alright, so they'll accept. We'll try to get an alliance with them. We also have Bardus, who is our pops. But I'm going to look at our son first. This is our heir here. Now, he can get married. He is 3 years old. We have the Kingdom of Navarre. We have Castle. This is, and it shows the claims that this person will bring with them. If you look up here, there's press claims and unpressed claims. Press claims will be passed on to become unpressed claims. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, the unpressed claims don't pass on. They might. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think they do. So, like, she's 25. She's way too old. We'll put it by age, just to see, because I don't want nobody too old for him. He's going to need to make children. And it seems like the fertility is a lot bigger of a deal now. Is this the daughter of Matilda? No. We're in the wrong time. But I think he's pretty powerful. And he's close to us. And you can get kids that are like geniuses quick. I think quick now is only +1 each. So we'll wait on this. I think. She is 2 years old. We might go with her. We can also pin the person like you used to on the other one. And it'll come up here. So we'll wait to do that. We'll worry about our pops. Since he's old, he can add some more men to the empire here. There is a princess of Navarre. We'll go with her just to get it done. And Marinos is our half-brother. He's actually pretty well-rounded. 10 and everything, but learning. Who's this? So this is the one that has the claims on Anjou. She's 25. We'll go with her. Alright, so that's done. Titles created. We don't have to worry about that. These guys want positions. Can't do nothing about it right now. He's the one we need to make like us more. He doesn't really like us either. He's pretty good in martial, but we already have one there. And he's really good at intrigue. So I'm thinking about moving him out for this guy. To be honest with you. Yeah, because he's powerful. We will reassign the spy master for that guy. Where the hell is he? This one here, isn't he? Yeah, we'll assign him. It's going to make him like us -20, but this guy's way more powerful. We'll just have him disrupt scheme. We got him collecting taxes. Now, like I said before, your patriarch is the one that does your claims for you now. It's not the chancellor. Domestic affairs. Everything else is good. Organize the levies. It's fine. Organize. Yeah, alright, we're good. So let's go ahead and go to war. And these things up here, they're just little pin things. It shows your holdings, all that jazz. You can keep it up there. You can dismiss it. Now, you'll see our guys, they go up higher and higher until it gets to the last day. And that'll be how many troops we have. So there goes the other guy that is vassals. Alliance formed. So we have an alliance now with the Kingdom of West Francia. He is Count Eudes. So he's the county of Anjou. But he's a vassal in West Francia. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, we will also get one with them. It'll show you in the issues tab, too, who you can have alliances with. So here we go. We can usurp this guy now. We just have to wait for the money. And we will do that as soon as we can. I think we have that whole duchy, maybe -1 thing, if I'm not mistaken. We have all that. So if we go back, yeah, we got these right here. This city right here, we can take from him when we get that duchy as a de jure. So look, we have 10 days left. If we keep it on there, when it gets to the days all the way counted down, so here we go. Ally or King Charles. Now we can actually call King Charles into this war, and he will accept. So we will do that. Try to get him to come from the other side. This is all the county or the Kingdom of Navarre. We don't really need him right now. He's gonna join our war. So we have 1 day. Alright, so this is how many men we have right now. So, thing is now, this is the part I don't like the most of this game. Boats. A lot of people like not having the boats. I don't. For the reasons being that they were a very strategic thing in wars, especially during the Viking Age, when the Vikings were the main people that had ships. Like most of England didn't have ships. The Byzantines were the only ones that had like a decent amount. Now with this, you don't use ships. You just tell them where you want to go, and all of a sudden they turn into these like transformers and go across the water. Every time you use a passage across the water, it has a set amount of money it costs per, I guess, how many men you have. And having boats was a very strategic thing. So say if you took your men over to here to fight, and then you had raiders that came in to start to raid you, well, you needed to make sure you kept boats around, men around, to be able to deal with that threat. But now it's just, all right, I go here, I go here. So if you look here, I want to move my men over to Sicily, okay? Instead of going through land, they want to go this way. So it's going to cost us, when we get to the water, I think it'll tell you exactly how much it's going to cost. So let's get to the water. Come on, Slowpoke. Alright, so we have Varangians too, I forgot to say. There'll be certain Vikings that'll just pop up that'll join the Varangian Guard. Now, if I'm not mistaken, and we also have, you can raise armies that, if we have those other vassals. So there's going to be another 206 men that we can raise. I'm not really worried about it right now. With the Varangians, I have to look at it more exactly how they're able to be used. See, our movement's locked. When we get to the, I'm going to turn it up because it does kind of go slow. Alright, so if you look here, we embarked. So we have minus 30 for 30 days. So when you land, you also have, it's kind of like in the CK2, you'd have a, what's it called? You have a thing where you'll have less morale when you first land. It's like half. Where the hell is the... It usually tells you how much it is when you get on the ship. I don't know why it's not telling me. Raised armies 14.6. There's a little thing here. There it is. Embarking. An army will automatically embark onto a fleet when given a move ordered into a sea zone, when there is no land path to the targeted barony. Embarking costs a sum of gold, symbolizing the procurement and construction of ships. For every 100 men embarking, a cost of 1 gold is paid. So it tends to get a lot when you have a decent amount of men. So we're lucky we're making decent money, but he's trying to take this land here. If we look under the war, Agribic conquest of Sicily. So I don't want to land right on top of him. So we want to make sure we're not going to be doing that. He's trying to siege this right here. But see if you look at these, a holding site. And this is complicated at first because you'll see all these little different holdings. This right here is Syracuse. Now, the only thing you siege down is the actual barony. If you look here. These are holding spots. Like in the CK2, you would have the little slots right here. You can build new things for this one barony. Then if you look over here at the city, you can build things for that. Pretty much like CK2 was. Now, there are open ones where you can construct a whole new thing like you did in CK2. A castle, a city, or a temple. Same thing. But you, as the player, holds the baronies. I think later on they're going to have like DLCs for like merchants and shit, if I'm not mistaken. And over here it shows you pop-ups. You can just right-click these after you've seen them, just to get them out the way. Alliance formed, so we have another alliance just with the son from House Carling. And you can have alliances with actual vassals too, or before, if you were a vassal, it would just say, you're not an ally because you're his vassal. Claus says during the Varangians. I have to look at this more. I don't want to give wrong information on this, but I'll look it up and see how they're actually used. So if you look here, recently disembarked, we have minus 30 for 8 days, 60. So when that goes away, boom, we're at full strength. Now we can go out there no problem. Terrain is another big thing. It'll show you here a potential battle and how many days. You will probably win. It shows like Imperium Rome. You might win, you'll probably win, you'll definitely win, shit like that. We get the pros of this is our commander's better. We have better army commander traits, and we have more soldiers. Our negative would be defending in the forest. So we'll be okay. We'll go here and battle in Messina. Let's look at his. I think you can pull his up too. It just shows the Emir. I don't think it shows the commander until we go to war. So we're going to catch him. If you look here, this guy has a commander advantage of 15. We have a commander advantage of 20. So it shows here also with the other things how much we're 2 in favor. So your damage increased by 4%. I think it's like doubled. Our advantage plus 20. Commander martial skill plus 20. Their advantage plus 18. So So that's where you get the +2 from. Even with not having the advantage in favor, you still win wars. And it'll show you the phases it's in. So right now we're in early phase, and you'll show the rest. They have superior quality troops. We have elite quality, where we have 10 knights. They have 7. So let's go ahead. We are the attacker, which we're reaving. I don't know what that actually is for. We're killing them. So you see the favor will go up and down, up and down. Here, I missed that one. But we're in aftermath phase. Every little part has a phase. And then our knight has killed a couple people. One of our dukes wounded another, one of their walis or whatever they're called. So if you go, it'll tell you the victory. We lost 154 men. They lost 461. This is the survivors. So our survivors is the initial soldiers we started with. Which is actually, our survivors are on that side. So they're together like that. So that's what we started with, and that's what they started with. Initial army size. So it's a +16 war score we got towards the thing. We get some devotion out of it, which is piety, pretty much. And then fame, which is the prestige. Prestige means a lot in CK3. You cannot advance as a dynasty, a culture. Everything has... The prestige had something to do with everything. Now, if you look at here, you can put up your crown authority. It costs prestige. You have to really be careful what you use your prestige on in this game, especially early game, because you don't want to fall too behind the neighboring kingdoms. It shows our realm size. We are a feudal empire. We're one of the only empires in the world right now. Let me see. Where's the other court? This shows all the people that are in your court. Now, I forgot. We had to search for a position like in CK2. The thing is, though, okay, I'm going to show you when these people come. You get 2 to choose from now. And each one will have its own, like, things. And it'll be how good they are is how much they cost. Now, the thing is I don't understand is the one that has, like, good diplomacy will be more than a person with good learning. And they're not always have physician traits. So they can, over time, establish physician traits to help you out. Now, there will be a lot of factions that go against you, especially if you are taking over land that's from a different culture. That will be a big problem. I've noticed that with the Vikings. So we're sieging right now, if you look. Alright, so we have 2 guys to choose from. This guy is 15 learning. This guy's a 9 learning. Now, in CK2, you wanted to get the guy that had the highest learning and had an actual, like, position trait. Also, the age they are, I think, goes with how much money they're worth. See, he's already a physician, which is great. This is like the second time I've had somebody actually had the physician trait. He's a Jewish guy. This guy is Orthodox Greek. I think that matters too. See, it would cost 125 for us to get him, where it's 65 for this guy. And they are only 2 years apart, but his stats are way better in the learning department, and he's a physician, so we're going to go with him. It's going to be a lot of money. Now, we look at the siege. Go back to the siege. I'm sorry if this is going to be going slow. I'm trying to show some people that maybe haven't got the chance to play it yet or buy it. It shows you how many months are left in this siege. So, at the max 5. That doesn't mean you have to wait till 5. Daily siege progress, 1.2 per day. If you look at the little meter, it shows the progress. You have to get a 250. Now, these are based off the fort level. If you look down here, it has a fort level 3. It shows you also what you're getting out of it in loot. If we click on the barony, it'll show here fort level. It's a castle. If this was mine, let's go back to one I have. I'll show you. Now, if you go, where the hell is it? It's sometimes hard to click on these because I'll have like a symbol in front of it. If you look at ours, it's a 10, and because we have the Theodosian walls, gives us so much more to fort level, kind of like in CK2. If you look at the castle, you can upgrade these. Cost a shitload of money and a long time to complete, but each one makes the fort levels go up. And all that jazz. It'll tell you how much it actually gets. We have a keep right now. If you look down here, these are the buildings that you can use. Walls and towers, farms and fields. Each one has different things. And when you construct these, each one of these I think can go up to like 8 levels. So each one of these seem to be 1 level. This is a lot for holding. Most of them don't have any. So you'll see as time goes by. It's a very slow grind. Like, you really have to put in the time to see anything even, like, happen. Now, he's going to go try to siege down Syracuse, but we'll get this done before he can get that done. And we will go down and just deal with him. We gained 150 prestige for an impeccable household. So our wife, who is not the greatest, but she is helping us as assist ruler with her job on the council. So now your wife or husband automatically has a job on the council, which is good. Look, we just jumped up like a shitload amount. We must have had something happen in the siege. There's certain things. So we don't have any siege weapons. Siege weapons are men-at-arms that focus entirely on sieges. See, if we had those onagers, whatever the hell they're called, this would help big time with us. So we want to invest in those later. But right now, we're fine. Like, we can siege without them. You automatically get a minus 1% in attrition. Court position's knowledge increased. So now he's already become a renowned position. So that was a really good investment in him. So get rid of him, get rid of that. So it shows right here, siege 1, how much we got from sieging it. That's very low. Usually there's a lot more money. Let's go down here and deal with him before he can siege us down. So he has his own meter too. This one doesn't have as high of a fort level. It shows right here, we will win decisively. We have really no negatives in the matter. Maybe we can, let's see. Up here will show you if you have somebody that you have captured. See right here, enemy combatant captured. So you can, just like in CK2, you right click, go down to ransom. And the best thing about the ransom process in this, before, if they didn't have the money, even to the cent, you couldn't do it. But they will show you how much they have and are willing to give, or if you're willing to accept it. And every time you can accept it, except for the money, you can accept it as a favor, which every time you can do. So right now he's worth 50, but he only has 39. We're going to take it because, you know, he's not that old, but anything can happen. And it'll also show, like, if you arrested one of their other family members. See, now we have a faction created against us. If we look over as a factions tab, Serbian Slovakian populace wants independence from their liege, military power, and it shows discontent, too weak to send an ultimatum. Now, they have 2 members, peasants from the county of Ragusa and peasants from the county of whatever the hell that is. We just need to get this popular opinion up. So we go to the council members. I can't remember one of these you can send to get council or county opinion up. So that's not it. I think it's this one. So yeah, county corruption, councillor, control. While control is increased, the county will acquire corruption. So increase county opinion. I'm trying to think if anybody else gets any better. Because we want to send them over. Because that'll start to be a problem. See, because they're Slovak. Shit. I didn't mean to do that. Go back to that. Alright, so I think one of these will increase county opinion. So we want to get a claim with him. But I think we'll just send him over there. Increase the control in the county. So we'll have him go to... we can't do Ragusa. It's already at 100. I think, what was the other one? What was this one? Why are we only able to go to this one? Hold on, I need to... Let me see if I change this dude. Increase county opinion. This is convert faith in the... So we should have... this is it right here. So we'll sign him there. Send your patriarch to convert faith in the county. It also makes the opinion go up if they have the same. Your court chaplain's current task, fabricate claim on the county if you aborted. That's fine. We can always get back to that. Our Duke has been swayed. So see, it goes down. Now it's at minus 20. It will keep going as long as you let it go. And I think the success chance will go down because they've been previously swayed. It's minus 10. But still, 83 is still good. So we'll at least get it up 1 or 2 more times. So let's go back. Then we're going to have to stop here. It's getting a little long. But I'm going to finish out this war. To the Basileus, I accept your ransom. Alright, so let's go over to this. Theirs aren't called baronies, they're called waleas, whatever the hell that word says. We have to be careful too, because they will land in behind you, and it doesn't give you like this huge notice that they did. I think we wiped his troops out, or maybe he just went back to the mainland. I don't know where the hell France is. Does he have his own war going on? Yeah. He has a couple things going on, so he's probably not going to be any help. Alright, bishop endorsement. Your bishop is not endorsing you. Yeah, it shows you little things like, you know, certain vassals that aren't endorsing you. Can start to become a problem. Let me see here. Not endorsed by a patriarch. So, we can give him some loot. 50 gold. It'll go up 13. I mean, it's not a lot. Let me see. If we were to sway him, we'd have to give up the other sway. So just for now, I'll send him some money. How old is he? 27. We'll send the money for right now. Did he get swayed again? No, that was the last time. That's another reason you want to get rid of these. Because they go from the latest or from the bottom. Alright. Anything else we need to do? Call allies in the war. We don't really need to do that. This war's going to be over with here soon. As soon as we siege this down, it'll probably be done. I'll go ahead and end it after this. I know this video is going to be a little long, but... And then from now on, we're pretty much, you know... That's like the gist of it. There's more to it, of course. It's a lot more complex than... I think it's easier to get in the beginning than CK2 actually was. Alright, incognito. Tonight I have stripped myself of every symbol signifying my rank to walk anonymously among the soldiers. It is a quiet evening, so when the argument breaks out, the words reach me loud and clear. An infantryman is trying to convince his commander, my vassal Du Ionis, of the advantages of an alternative strategy. Ionis will hear none of it. As I approach, the infuriated man raises his fist. Step in and protect the soldier. So it tells what we get. Possible outcomes: defeat the officer and unarmed to combat. We gain 1 martial lifestyle perk. There's a 41% chance he defeats us and we fought seasoned warriors, which gives us more prowess, but we have a chance of getting wounded. Make an example out of them. We get 24 dread, which I think I'd like better. We would give the guy, we would make him wounded and he loses 20% or 20 opinion of us. So he's already at minus 34. I don't think we want to do that. You gain innovative strategy for 15 years. This gives us martial minimum battle roll of -2. Movement speed plus 20%. I think we'll just try to protect the soldier. Alright, so we fought seasoned warrior for 5 years. We get 50 martial lifestyle experience. So that's good. We get some extra prowess. So good for that. The guy doesn't dislike us anymore, any less. Virtuous bishop celebrated. Orthodoxy fervor increased by 10. So, is he the dude that we sent over there? No, that's somebody else's bishop. I think, where is this guy located at? Alright, he's down here. I think some of this religion down here might be Sunni. Well, what they're calling it. It's a different name. Like, even the regular religions, like the Abrahamic religions, all seem to have their own little, like, you know, certain, what would they be called? They're like, there's insular Catholicism, shit like that. It's insane. It's too much to explain right now. Alright, this guy, we still don't have enough money. I want to usurp him as soon as possible. Prisoners can be ransomed. It shows you right down here who can be ransomed to. You gotta scroll all the way down. This person's 25. This person's 43. So we get him. And we have to wait because he's in the same person. Always try to get the one that costs more first. Alright, so what is this? Did I lose some? Accept the ransom. Alright. So where is the other cat at? I guess he can't ransom him right now because he doesn't have enough money. Do we have her too? Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't have the money, so we're gonna make sure we get something for her. Alright. This siege is over. We can move him over here. We're at 89. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to wait till 100. Sometimes it's like EU4. It'll show here if you try to enforce. Well, not accept. Right now, they don't feel as though they're that beaten. You can sometimes around like 80 something, they'll give in and say yeah. So just don't wait until 100% to try to get out of the war. Siege 1, prisoner taken in siege. Say the money will go up as they get more money. Neighboring ruler wants war. I'll make sure he's not over here somewhere. Yeah, it's very smooth. Alright, he's coming back here, but we'll siege this before he can. And actually, the war score is going up right now because he doesn't control anything he went to war for. It has come to my attention that local commoners are moving to Athens, the capital of my vassal, Patharios. Locals, newly settled or not, praising me can surely do no harm to his perception of me. So take this gold and make sure you're heard. It'll gain progress. Let's see, he is at minus 18. So if we gave him money, whoa, maybe way more than that. Yeah, we'll go ahead and pay it. We have a decent amount of money, and it'll help the progress go. It's a lot cheaper. Alright, so this guy joined on his side, which doesn't matter. The damn war's over. Pretty much right now. Alright, so we're at 100%. Like I said, you don't have to wait till that. It'll show you everything you're going to get. We're getting 162. He loses prestige where we gain it, which is nice. And you also gain 75 that's shared between you and your allies. It's kind of like EU4 in that aspect. So he gets nothing, we get money and prestige. So now, no matter where you're at, there's a button down here that says disband. You don't have to worry about being in your own land. You just disband, and you don't lose anything from doing it. So I like that the best probably out of this. We have, do we still have prisoners? If we go to court, it'll show you the prisoners too. So ransom 32, ransom 7. So we'll take her, and then we'll get the other one if it's through the same people, I think. You know, we'll just get it, whatever. Alright, so we're going to stop here. This will be like episode 0. Anybody has any questions, leave comments under the video. Leave a comment, ask anything. If I can answer you, I will. The link of the Discord is in the description, and I will see you in the next one. Later.